Welcome back to the DNX show. Today we're going to be talking about WSX and specifically Eli Tomac, as well as a bunch of other stuff. But I have a question for you, Josh. What did you think about Tomac just in general at WSX?
I honestly thought he wasn't going to win. I really thought
Same.
that. And then he came out that first race and kind of dominated a little bit. And I was like, okay, he's going to be fine. And I saw a bunch of other things, like people talking about, like, guys, it's preseason. Don't worry about it. Like, it's a Canadian World Supercross race. Like, don't overthink it. But dude,
Yeah.
he looked good.
Yeah, I mean, like, sure, I'm not saying, hey, Lawrence has had a bad day at Paris, which we'll get into, and Tomac absolutely dominated Vancouver, so he's going to win the chip. But that's a whole, I think that's the first time he's ever been on a steel frame, right? On a big bike. There was a lot of questions that needed to be answered. And I think he answered a lot of them.
Is it a steel frame or aluminum frame?
No, they're steel frames.
A steel frame. Sorry.
Yeah. Everything else is aluminum. That's the steel frame. So, like, I don't know. It wouldn't have, because it's such a change, it wouldn't have been surprising if he was kind of bad or like kind of okay.
Like struggling a little bit.
Right. And again, I think Ken is a great person to kind of gauge him, because especially in those short lap sprint races, Ken's really good. But I also don't think Ken, like, I saw an interview with Ken saying he was like, they're off-season races. I'm not going to go kill myself, but like, obviously we're going to try to win. Like, it's a good gauge of like, if he can hang with Ken, we know Ken will be in the mix. If he put 10 seconds on Ken, then like, oh, dang, maybe we need to be thinking about championship here. But I don't know. I just think it was a good, if Ken wasn't there, I don't know that I would read too much into it, but because he was there, because they battled, it seemed like they both were trying. It seemed like Tomac definitely had to push at times. It wasn't just like he just got whole shot and checked out. Like, he had to race Ken. And the fact that Moto 2, his bike looked bad in the whoops, like he looked kind of bad in the whoops. And then Moto 3, it seemed like he improved quite a bit. I don't know, man. A lot of positives. I'm a Tomac Glazer, so I haven't got orange on today, for that. But I'm just, I don't know.
You make some valid points. Kenny there, it's a great gauge, right? Kenny was on fire. Kenny was charging. Was it second moto that he got a bad start and he had to go through the pack? Or no, was it third moto? I think it was third moto. Yeah, so he had to go through the pack and like he was charging. And you're right, that second moto where Tomac got second behind Kenny, like that bike was moving a lot. Like in every situation, he was making tiny mistakes that would lead to bad laps. Even going back to the Super Bowl lap, like he made a bunch of mistakes. And I was surprised that neither Ken was able to get that Super Bowl. It was Jay Coop, right? So I was definitely surprised with that. But the first race, the third race, he looked like his normal self. He looked exactly like we saw from, I would say, maybe last year when he was doing World Supercross, or even prior when he was in like Supercross. He looked really good. And I think that was the best debut out of anybody that we had all like off season, right? With Deegan on the 450. He looked good, right? First time ever racing a 450. He still looked good. Jason on the Suzuki, first round in Argentina.
Looks good.
He was good. All right, right? Tommy V in Paris, which we'll get to Paris here in a little bit, which is crazy. Like, he looked pretty good a little bit, but Eli definitely had the best debut. Like, going out there winning and winning 2 out of the 3 races too.
For me, the more telling sign is like Tomac looks happy, right? Like in the interviews, he looks like he's comfy, not just on the bike, but like in the environment. And the team seems like giddy. Anytime I watch an interview with them, they're all like, man, we got Tomac. We're so excited, And I just think that will brew success more than like, oh, Tomac's comfy on the bike, right? Like just the team environment, them being excited. It's new. Nobody thought it was going to happen, but it happened. And now it's like totally different, totally the like other side of the world compared to where Tomac's been on. Now he's over there. It's fresh. I think for me, the fact that they're gelling that well, or it seems, I watched an interview with Jade today and they just seem Tomac's mechanic and they seem so like they're just excited. The team just seems like this is a huge opportunity for them. And I think Tomac sees that too, as like I got booted by Yamaha and this was a huge opportunity. So like let's make the best of it. And then you throw in he looks pretty good on the bike. I mean, he looks in the air. I mean, Tomac's scrubbing and throwing oppos and whipping and like that's weird, I mean,
the last time we saw him do that, right?
Yeah, when's the last time we saw that? But
did you see that? I saw a bunch of people talk about this, and that he was not necessarily throwing Yamaha under the bus here, but he was saying like the bike wasn't where it should have been. Did you see all that?
And no, but I can believe that.
Yeah, I saw a couple people talk about it, and I was like obviously that's a factor, but I think at the end of the day, Yamaha didn't expect him to they expected him to retire, right? And so they kind of went in a different direction, and I think it worked. I think it's going to work out for both of them. I think it's going to work out for Yamaha with Webb, Deegan, J. Coop, and I think it's also going to work out with KTM with now Tomac, AP, and Prado. Like both teams are going to be freaking great, especially like with AP and Tomac and Supercross and Deegan and J. Coop and Webb and Supercross outdoors. Both teams are going to be phenomenal. And it makes it like I'm very curious to see how Tomac does, right? Because we saw Chase win on like that KTM multiple times. Now we just saw Eli probably look more comfortable on the KTM. I know it's one race, right? It's one race, but he looked very comfortable on that thing.
He looks fantastic for one race.
Yeah, like, will we see the same amount of wins? Maybe not. If everybody's healthy, maybe not. But I do expect to see multiple wins by Tomac on that KTM.
I don't know about Supercross. Supercross is always like I don't know. You like really never know where anybody is in Soupy. I feel like outdoors is like has more like historically accurate. Like Tomac's always going to do good outdoors. Jet's always going to do good outdoors. But like when you go indoors, Soupy, Cooper Webb won last year, right? We didn't think that was going to happen. So I don't know about Supercross, but I just keep thinking about outdoors. How many of those races was Tomac on the edge, but his bike looked like crap? Where, remember Hangtown, AP's bike looked literally perfect, and he was able to fend off Tomac basically the entire moto until the last lap. RIP my mans. But like, I just keep thinking, dude, if the bike's that good, that planted, then you put Tomac on it, like with how good he's been riding, like outdoors, I don't know. I mean, we don't know. It's one race, but I don't know. Looking back, like those comments about him not really gelling with the Yami. I mean, if you, especially through outdoors, I feel like I can see like that bike kind of look like a mess a lot of the time. And a lot of people were saying, oh, he's overriding. But like, maybe that was him overriding a bike he didn't really enjoy. Maybe the KTM will fix that. I don't know.
Very, very true. It's going to be very interesting to see. I mean, I'm really excited to see what he can do outdoors. I mean, we saw what Chase did. We saw what AP did. You put Tomac on a comfortable bike, he's probably going to go out there, go crazy, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, again, like I said, I think going up again, Ken was a good judge. Like Ken whooped the boys in Brazil or Argentina, my bad.
Close.
Yeah, down there. So Ken whooped those guys down there in Argentina, and I feel like that made sense. He should, right? Yep. Like, I feel like that was a good gauge of where Deegan was at the time, where Jason was at the time. Ken should have won that race. So now bring Tomac in. They were really close, right? It wasn't like Tomac just blew him out of the water. It was a very close battle the whole time, and I think that makes sense. That's where they both should be podium. Now you throw a Lawrence in there. I'm curious to see how that would have gone, or a Sexton. But
well,
Ken's good. Ken's a podium guy every week, and I think that for
he was literally a podium guy every single round until Tampa, right?
Right.
So,
And that bike hasn't changed in 27 years. So we know that bike for Ken is good and Ken's good. So Tomac should be right there. And he was, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying.
and then talking about the other guys, you kind of brought him up a little bit. Like Jason, he looked much better this past weekend than Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Which
I think
makes
he
sense.
just better conditioning after the first round, right? He just kind of got used to it. He got a podium at WSX. He got third, I believe, overall. So he looked much better. Craig, I was saying this on stream with you, man. Like, Craig looks great on that Honda. It looks like it suits him, like, perfectly.
Might be the best we've seen Craig on a 450 ever.
I mean, he was all right on the Husky, not great. Yamaha prior to going to Husky, he was pretty good. Honda on the 450, like the Geico. Was it the Geico? It was the Geico Honda 450 where he did a couple outdoors. He was really good. And then coming back to it, I think he's just going to have a great year. If he's on that quad lock Honda for Supercross, I think he's going to be a top 10 guy. Oh, that's kind of bold. I think it is.
I would say higher.
I mean, you'd say higher? I mean, if a healthy field, top 10. Not a healthy field, top 5, 7.
I would say like 6 or 10. I mean, that's obviously top 10, but like,
yeah. But regardless, he looked really good. Kenny looked really good. Like, Kenny doesn't look like he's ever lost a step in Supercross, like ever. Like, even with the injuries that he's had, it's Ken Roxon. He looks the same every single time we see him race.
Yeah. Ken's weird. I don't understand how he just shows up no matter what. It reminds me of Tomac in that where he's like isolated, trains by himself a lot, or not, maybe not by himself, but like you don't see a lot about him, and then he just shows up and podium win.
Did you see that that he was only doing 3 rounds? Now there's a quote going. I think I wouldn't say quote, but there's
a WSX 3 rounds of WSX.
Yeah, so there's a thing going around that his contract got pulled, and he was supposed to do all 5. But it's only 3 now. And they, like, WSX made a statement regarding it and basically just said, we don't disclose contract details regarding riders. So we'll probably never know what the case is. But Ken Roxon did say he was scheduled to do all 5. And then now he's only doing 3. He did mention, though, he's not upset about it. He was like, I don't mind going to just 3, right? We'll do this 3 and then have a little mini break before A1, right? So he's not upset. It's less traveling for him.
Yeah, sure.
But I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll never know. It's one of those things.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if you if you saw that. That was
interesting
I heard it thing.
But I don't know. Kind of no point reading into it. We'll literally never know. As long as Ken's not pissed, don't piss off my king. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not pissed. He was like, I'm happy either way. I can take a mini break or I can go out and get gate drops. So he's like,
then it's probably not that big of a deal behind the scenes. Media might just blow it up into a way bigger deal than it actually is.
Probably. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Also, talking about like just Canada in general, I thought the track layout was pretty good. Just a little bit I thought the track layout was like soupy spec. It looked really good. It looked good. I heard it was super rocky. They were, I wouldn't say uncomfortable. It was just super rocky, ruddy. Good test for them going into next year. And one thing I really like about just what World Supercross does, dude, 2 hours, 30 minutes cap, and we're out. Like, compare that to Paris, where we sat on stream for 4 hours and like 15 minutes, where we only got an hour of racing. I mean, you got to give it to WSX for that.
Yeah. That was much more from a just I want to watch racing perspective. I mean, maybe if I was there live, the event would have been fun at Paris. Although that 4 hours is a long time. Dude. You know, that's a really long. That's like a 5-6 band concert. That's a long time. You know,
it's so long. They got to figure out if they can shorten it. 3 hours. They have so much time in between. Like so much time in between. They got to figure out if they can shorten it. And if you guys know why they have it 4 hours, let us know in the comment section. But I don't think it needs to be 4 hours
it's
at
just
all.
Like an event. You know, they're trying to make it a bigger event. I mean, not a bigger event than it is, but just making it.
Yeah, but if they have 2 days, they can do the same thing in 3
thing.
hours, you know? So it's like,
true.
Like, you don't need 4 hours for each day. You know, that's just me being a person that doesn't want to sit there for 4 hours. That's really all it comes down to. So, but talking about Paris Supercross, what do you think about Malcolm winning?
Very surprised. I mean, very surprised considering the Lawrence brothers were there. I mean, I don't think there's a single person that would have went into that wouldn't have said Lawrence brothers or Webb was going to win. There's really, I mean, Webb, I felt like was like, you know, it's an off-season race. He only really cares every other season. You know what I mean? Like, he's not. It was Jett or Hunter, and then I don't know if it was they were on stock engines, and so that led to like the bike not reacting how they're going to. But they looked like a mess the whole time. And then Malcolm was just ripping, like, period.
It's kind of strange, even with stock motors, for the Lawrences to make so many mistakes. You know, like Jett made mistakes in Super Pole. He had 3 total crashes on Saturday. Hunter made a mistake in the whoop section. Thankfully, he's okay. If you guys saw that helmet of his on IG today when we record on
that's crazy.
Bro, that was nuts. So glad that he's okay. But yeah, so many mistakes. And as you mentioned, going into it, I'm like, Jett's got this. Nobody's beating them. But then this is the second year in a row where Jett has struggled and Hunter has struggled at Paris. And
like, I know at that level, like, for sure, having stock engines, like, it's not just power. Like, I am sure that it affects chassis and all kinds of things. So, you know, you ride a bike for years, you know, even if the model changes, like, you have a specific feel that you're always kind of chasing. Then you get put in a competitive situation where that feel's not there and your brain turns off. Like, I don't know. That's
okay.
It was obviously a big deal. You know?
Yeah. Why would they not bring engines? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm just talking out loud. I don't know, but like Husky, like Malcolm was fine, Webb was fine, but only Hondas. So does that mean Tommy V also didn't have his motor? Like, because he's part of HRC.
Hey, bro, now, he had the power, brother.
Dude, like, I don't.
He was overshooting stuff.
Dude, I don't know why they don't bring the motors over there, but yeah, just kind of strange. But I do have. I'll get into my conspiracy here in a second, okay? But Malcolm looked fantastic. Every single race, he was so freaking good. He swept the night one. He won 2 out of the 3 on Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
I can't even remember now. I'm pretty sure. So he won, just say 5 out of the 6 races. 4, like, that's crazy to think about. Webb looks like Webb. You know, just steady and consistent. He's going to be there if you make mistakes. Even in an off-season race, he didn't go over his head. He wasn't trying anything stupid. He was just there to get some gate drops. Tommy V, though, his debut might have been the craziest because, as you mentioned, he OJs the main rhythm and takes out Jett Lawrence. Obviously, you guys, I'm not taking that serious. Like, he didn't take him out. He made a mistake and he hit Jett. Like, people got to realize that. But that was crazy.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than 450 fast compared to 250 and not used to it, I guess. I mean, I go back to Deegs, right? In Argentina, I watched him overjump that first race. Like, I watched him overjump a bunch of stuff. And I don't know if you guys have ever raced, you know that, like, you practice all week, you do all this stuff, and then gate drops, brains off, right? And it takes you a while to build that muscle memory. You can practice all day long, but as soon as gate drops, like, clearly their brain turns off and they make mistakes because they're not used. I mean, I would assume because they're not used to the bigger bike. Unfortunate for Tom and Jett. I mean, fortunately, neither of them were like hurt, right? No. I mean, that could have been bad for either of them.
Especially Tom because of whiplash, right? Because I think he hit his head as he cased it, right? So
I'm sure. But he was like 4 feet short. And
did Jett give him a thumbs up when he did?
Fantastic.
Okay, I thought he did, but I was like,
Tomac right there. The old thumbs up. Remember when Marvin Muscan took Tomac out and he just gets up and it's like my favorite Tomac moment.
So that was crazy. Honestly, I thought personally we weren't going to have anything crazy at Paris.
Yeah,
and then we had
boring.
so much, like Jet going down with Tommy V, Jet going down on the Super Pole lap on Saturday, Hunter and Jet going down in Moto 3 on Saturday. Like, it's just crazy. I mean, Sunday was kind of exactly what I thought Saturday was going to be, just calm, and we got some gnarly stuff on Saturday.
I will say, I think if Jet doesn't go down, if Jet doesn't get punted by Tom, I do think it would have been boring, because when Jet crashed in the Super Bowl, he was in the first sector and he was 0.6 up. So,
yeah. And I wonder if he was going to
he didn't even look good, is the thing. Like, he didn't even look like he was like ripping. He just doing Jet things.
Yeah, very true. Can I talk about my conspiracy theory now?
I'm a big fan of conspiracy theories.
Okay, so this doesn't go back to anything besides 2023. Don't look at any other stats prior to that, because I didn't look. All right, and possibly it could be right.
Of data.
It could be right. I don't know. I at least I know like 22, 21, and 19. It doesn't count.
I know where you're going with this.
Prior to that, let me know if it does. But you know who won in 2023?
Jet Lawrence.
You know who won the Supercross title that next year?
Jet Lawrence.
You know who won in 2024?
Cooper Webb.
You know who won the title this year?
Cooper Webb.
So with that being said, Malcolm won Paris. Is Malcolm going to win the Supercross title?
Can you think of like a cooler Cinderella story? I mean, I guess it's not really a Cinderella story, but like, can you think of a cooler underdog? Like, I don't think there's a single person in the industry that would be anything other than over the moon if that happened.
Yeah, I think that would be the biggest,
like, even the competitor
ever.
Would be so excited,
Yeah. Well, 100%. I think that would be the biggest upset ever in maybe Supercross. You could say maybe the year. No, because when you could say Jason's year, but then again, like Dungey retired that year. So it was only really Eli. Yeah. So this, though, going into this year, think about all the champions racing. How many people we say every year at the beginning of the year, like, it's so stacked. And then Malcolm goes and wins it. Biggest upset ever.
The thing is, like, he can. Like, he absolutely can. I mean, they all can, right? There's like 15 of them that, like, Dylan Francis can win a championship. Like, he's done it, right? He could do it again. Justin Barsher could win another championship. They all have it in them. It's just, but I feel like of all the guys that are like, yeah, they can win a championship, I feel like AP for me is like the one that's like closest to, like, out of like the big group, right? Closest to breakout. But then it would be Malcolm for me. And I just feel like he could, right? Like, it would be super surprising and a huge underdog story, but at the same time, no, right? Like, I don't know.
He would need to have Ken Roczen start from this year and be then consistent like that all year, right? Because, I mean, Ken Roczen had an amazing start to the season, way better than Cooper Webb, and Cooper Webb won the damn thing, right? Yeah. So if Malcolm can have that start to the season, and say he wins, how many did Webb win, bro? Like 4? Like, I don't even think he won that many, right? So if he can go out there and get 3 to 4 wins and then be top 5 consistently, he has a chance at winning it.
What was the year Malcolm went on off?
Oh, that was like 2023. I think that was the first year Jet won.
Yeah,
right?
That year, I feel like Malcolm was a threat. I mean, wasn't that A1 though? Like, I feel like
he was second though. He was second or third when that happened.
And so, okay, let's just say this: took a year to recover from that. Last year was like
a building
block,
dude.
I mean, like, he has the speed. I think he would have been a problem that year. Like, I don't know, he would have beat Jet that year, but he would have been.
I think that was Jet's first year, by the way. But
wherever,
that was a year prior to Jet. Because it was the tunnel going into Whoops, wasn't it, that year? So that was the year prior to Jet, I think. I don't know, but I know exactly what you're talking about. He broke wasn't it his femur? pretty sure.
Yeah,
something
bad.
like crazy.
Something bad, right?
And so, but anyways, let us know if you think that conspiracy theory is going to come true. Because we only got 2 years of data that I know of. Every other year doesn't matter. All right, so don't think
The
too
French
much
have
into
rigged it.
But overall, for WSX and then Paris, we had a crazy weekend. All right, and I'm not just talking about racing. Our videos went crazy. You guys went dumb on those videos, bro. Like our best videos as a DNX channel ever. All right, and that's all thanks to you guys. The streams went absolutely insane.
Yeah, we had like the first weekend 16,000 viewers, and then the next one 15,000 viewers.
Dude,
what?
Insane. So, and like we know that most of it is because we are sharing the WSX race, but regardless, we care that you guys are enjoying it with us. You know, like
no, listen. There's a ton of other people sharing it as well, and like we're doing pretty good. Pretty stoked on it, to be honest. I'm trying to pull up stats here. I think we gained like just subscribers. Hold on, quick math. 2,400. We gained like 4,000 subs in 2 weekends.
Yeah, like you guys went crazy, dude. It was so gnarly.
Insane, yeah.
So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all of the love that you guys shown on the last couple of streams and the videos. And we're not stopping. We have 3 rounds of WSX to go. We're gonna try to stream the Australian Supercross race, but it's at freaking like 2 a.m. So bear with us. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try. I'm gonna say keyword try there. All right, we're gonna try to do it. We'll let you guys know as it comes closer, right? But we got Australian Supercross this upcoming weekend, which I want to touch on and just do a little predicting for it because it's the AUSX Open. It's a pretty big event in Australia. But before we get into that, some news drop earlier today, and that is the Ducati announcement. So we finally got the Ducati. Well, that too. But we also got the Ducati team, the Troy Lee Designs Red Bull Ducati Factory Racing Team. That's got to be the longest team name I've ever seen ever in motorsports. That's insane. But Justin Barcia and DF are the team. We talked about this in another video, but it's officially announced today. And I think it's going to be good. I think they're going to do good. But then I just saw a tweet, and I don't know if I told you this, that Pope just said that Justin Barcia broke his collarbone at MTF.
Whoops.
Like, what?
It's just a collarbone. He'll be all right.
Yeah, it is. I mean, 2 months out, less than 2 months out.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I mean, Deegs was racing again in 6 weeks, right?
Deegs was racing like the next day. He'll
be fine. So, but yeah, so that news happened earlier today. So just wanted to get that out, you guys. But yeah, DF, JB, kind of already know it's gonna be good. I think they're gonna do great. But let's talk a little bit about.
I think they'll do the same.
I think they're gonna be a little bit better.
Video.
I think they'll be a little bit.
I mean, I don't know that bike. I don't know. Like, I'm very curious to see how that bike is in Subi.
Yeah. Supercross is gonna be different. I think Moto they'll be fine, but Supercross, I don't know. So
it's our total roll of the dice how they're gonna do.
It's gonna be very, very interesting to say the least. A1 though is gonna go hard when JB wins. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, honestly, least crazy take.
I just unplugged my headphones twice on accident. Didn't mean to do that, but that's okay.
I think Barcia could win A1 on a Bull Taco.
Probably could. Literally. Well, now that he has a broken collarbone, I don't know about that, but he really could. But going into this weekend, we got Australian Supercross round 4. I think it's round 4, technically. It's 3 weekends, but round 4 because they do 2 rounds in 1 weekend. So it's round 4, AUSX Open. You got Jet Lawrence, you got Hunter Lawrence, you got Cooper Webb, you got Dean Wilson, you got Luke Clout, Subaros, you got the boy Lux Turner racing in the 250 class. You got Filthy Phil. Forgot about Phil. He hasn't really done much, though. I'm not going to lie. He hasn't really done anything.
He's 600 years old.
Yeah, I don't blame him. But going into it, I'm going to go from last year here for a second. Do we see the same thing happen where the Lawrences kind of struggle a little bit? Jet, Cooper Webb, they both crashed last year. Jet didn't even finish race 3 last year. He just like called it quits. I think the bike broke, so don't get it twisted. Because he also had a stock motorcycle, like so that doesn't look good. But going into the event, they should be 1-2, right? They should be.
Yeah. Who's their biggest comp?
Dean Wilson. Or no, Cooper Webb.
Oh, Coop's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see them being split 1-3 or 1-2. You know what I mean? Like, Jet should win. Hunter should win. One of those two should win. But, like, it's Cooper Webb, dude. We sleep on Cooper Webb every single year. He wins a chip. We're still sleeping on Cooper Webb. Cooper Webb should win as well. He's the flipping champ.
Don't forget about Luke Clout going in there and going crazy either. Like, I've seen Luke Clout take out people on accident, not even on purpose. And you never know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, let's get him on Vince's bike. You know?
with the start bar.
He's got a suppressor, you know what I mean?
No, but going into it, it should be good. It should be, I think it happens for the United States. It happens like Friday night or like Saturday, 2 a.m. We're not doing it. I'll just make a reaction video for you guys. But like, I think going into it, it's Jet's going to win. Hunter probably second. Maybe Webb gets second. Maybe Webb will get second because Hunter maybe will be a little off from the crash. You know what happened at Paris, so maybe you never know. So
I feel like Aussie vibes though, kind of going to carry the boys.
He won last year. You know, Hunter did.
Yeah,
I'm kind of maybe Jet wants to get like revenge on his brother for losing.
It's hard to bet against the boys on home turf. You know.
Very, very true. Which also sucks for the 250 guys. Cole Davies was supposed to race this, but his thumb injury put him to the sideline, and he won't be going over there, which really sucks. I wanted to see him race. I thought it would have been awesome to see him over there. He's from New Zealand, correct? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so pretty close to Australia. So it would have been really, really cool to see that. But there's no other 250 guy from US over there, right? It's
Shane.
Yeah, but I think Shane didn't do round 3, so I think he's only focused on WSX. Remember?
I don't know. I mean, they told me that I don't know. They told me yesterday they were on their way.
Well, WSX has an Australian race the following weekend.
Right, but it seems. I mean, maybe they're just getting over there to be acclimated, but it just seems early for them.
Yeah, very true. I mean, yeah, I don't know because I saw Lux was flying out today on his IG story, so he's flying out. He's won every round so far, so I'm assuming he's going to do really well. But all those boys over there are going to do really, really well. So, but yeah, AUSX Open is this weekend.
No, I think Shane is racing because when he missed the first round, I asked him. Remember, we thought he was racing and he was here. Yeah, and then his filmer told me, Boogie, that he was missing the first couple rounds, so he didn't really care.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. So I guess when Saturday comes, I'll tell you guys in the video who's racing, who's not racing, I guess, because that's all we really have to go on. The track, though, the track layout looks pretty freaking sick. There's a huge sand section. There's an over-under. AUSX Open always has a dope track, always a dope layout. Agreed. So that's going to be freaking awesome to watch. And, yeah, that's really all we have, honestly. We kind of wanted to keep this short. I mean, we can go on for days talking about Tomac on a KTM if we really wanted to. I mean, the guy right here, Doc, aka, loves to glaze him. Not me though. I'm a chase guy. All right.
Yeah, don't bring that guy up. Don't bring the.
I have to bring it up. I have to bring it up.
He hit a rolled off set of whoops, and you comment we're winning the chip.
I wasn't gonna mention that, but now you said he will be winning. But I was gonna mention who has the better hair, Chase or Levi.
I was gonna say I literally thought it was Levi in that photo.
Yeah, because Chase, don't quote. It looked like he cut his hair, like he shaved it, and it's blonde. And Levi did that. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before. And no, it was last year that he did that, because this year he didn't do that. And I no cap. I replied to the story and I was like, trying to be like Levi. I see. So I mean, like it's like the same person.
I literally thought it was Levi. Like I had to go back and look, and then look at the number, and even then I'm like,
yeah, 474.
That even kind of looks like Levi's body, like the way he was like sitting, that like lanky. And then I was gonna say I almost commented too. The boy Levi rubbing off. Or
yeah, that would have been funny. That would have been really, really funny. But yeah, so Chase hitting a set of whoops. He's winning the chip.
Off.
He's winning the chip. So
that was like,
I had so many people comment, like people when I posted that on my story, I had like 5 guys like message me back like, okay, dude, stop glazing.
Like he did bark the whoops, don't get me wrong, but it felt like that was like the most like media whoops. They're just like all perfect, slightly rolled off. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I wonder how many attempts that was, you know, just to get that perfect one.
It looked like one. It looked like one, you know, like.
Oh man, but yeah, so
he does look good on the bike. He does look good. To be fair,
dude, we talked about this. I'm not going to go into my whole spiel. You guys will see my prediction.
Aesthetically, I do think everything I've seen with Chase, like just his like personal style on the Cowie, looks visually very good.
It looks like he was meant to be there the whole time. So
yeah, calm down.
He's winning the chip, baby. That's all I gotta say. But anyways, that's all we got. Holy crap! I just heard some crazy pouring. It's pouring at my house, but yeah, that World Supercross, Eli did great. Paris, shout out to Malcolm. We didn't really talk too much on Malcolm, but like he rode fantastic, bro. Like it was an awesome race for him. The King of Paris. Shout out to Anthony Bourdon for the Prince of Paris in the 250 class, which I also brought up in one of my videos. Like, this got to be the first year we didn't see an AMA guy in the 250 guys class. I know Bourdon races. I know Bourdon races AMA, but like, I'm talking about top guy like Joe, Tommy V, right? So it was kind of weird to see not a top guy over there. But regardless, shout out to Malcolm for winning. Shout out to Anthony Bourdon for winning. I'm very intrigued to see how Lawrence is do in the AUSX Open. See if they can bounce back. See if Jet can bounce back from last year. And Ducati announcement. Shout out to those boys. Chase winning the chip. It's already confirmed. And that's all we got. We'll have a reaction video for AUSX Open this weekend. A stream for WSX possibly the following weekend.
We're going to do it.
And then we got 2 more streams coming up for the last 2 rounds of WSX. So once again, thank you guys so much for all the love on all the videos. You guys are absolutely amazing. Okay. You guys went crazy. I can't explain how awesome it felt to see all the love that we had over the weekend. It was just fantastic.
A lot of work. Big payoff.
Yep. So make sure you guys hit that like and sub button. Thank you guys very, very much for all the love. And we'll be back here with the reaction video on Saturday morning, roughly. So much love, guys. Stay safe. We're out. Peace.